darkness was mine. Didn't know it was there the whole time. Secret I told you long ago. Back from the dead, out of control. With your eyes open, see with your eyes closed. Drive into the sunset, leave it all on the road. Leave it all on the road. Leave it all on the road. Leave it all on the
Remember them all, still hear their call. Remember them all, still hear their call. Remember them all, still hear their call. Remember them all.
Catch me as I fall. I'm a bastard, heartless smile. Hear my laughter, love's on trial. I am broken, you are fire. Lies unspoken, heart's desire. I didn't know the darkness was mine. Didn't know it was there the whole time. Secret I told you long ago. Back from the dead, out of control. With your eyes open, see with your eyes closed. Drive into the sunset, leave it all on the road. Leave it all on the road. Leave it all on the road. Leave it all on the road.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Macromaster coming at you. Today is Wednesday, June 11th, 2025. Of course, that means it's retail WoW time, where I'll be playing some World of Warcraft, The War Within, continuing to adventure with my warband, and maybe do a little gold farming. Without further ado, let's get into the game. And me being on right now also means I didn't have to report for jury duty today. Yay! Which begs the question, why did they even bother sending me the notice that I needed to report for jury duty? Or that I was scheduled for jury duty when there were no trials scheduled this last week or this week at all. I don't know. Maybe it's like an automated system just to guarantee that there are people available should there be a trial. But, so few words ring so beautifully in my ears. Then there are no trials scheduled for Wednesday, June 11th. Do not report to the courthouse. Three, two, one. Gotta make sure that other guy is in range so that I can hit him.
I need a target.
Unfortunately, I already did heroics on this dungeon, so I won't be able to do a heroic Dead Mines run today. At least not until 10 a.m. when the instance lock resets. But that is just fine with me. All I'm really doing here right now is running through to do some gold farming. I'm already max level with this character. I'm just doing the gold farming runs so that when I start leveling my next character that I have a nifty sum of gold to use. I should probably stop and use my Traveler's Tundra Mammoth. Getting inventory all neat and cleaned up here. Let's make sure that my parrot cages are next to each other. So that when I do eventually hit up the auction house, I'm not just like, wow. Blizzard is really kind of behind things. on that. Alright, so we'll just come back. Since we're not doing the Dead Mines Heroic,
Hello.
I'm
See
just
you
gonna
around.
jump on the taxi flight to the next location for a dungeon, which would be the area of Swamp of Sorrows. Let me bring up the big map here. So we're gonna be coming here to the Swamp of Sorrows. March Tide Watch is the flight path we're going to, and we're going to the Temple of Atal Hakar, which does not have a heroic level, which I find only slightly disturbing. I'm wondering if maybe I should try and get over here to Bog Paddle. I don't know. Since I'm not doing the Dead Mines Heroic, perhaps where are you? Ah, yeah. We should fly. We should try flying to Dustwind Dig so we can do Oldemon. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. After I do the Temple of Atalhakar, I'm gonna try and do Oldemon. And given that I haven't done Oldemon before, I should actually be able to do some dungeon quests there, which will grant me a little bit extra gold. And yes, it may look like I don't have a whole lot of gold right now. I actually deposited a little over 1,200 gold yesterday. So I know that because I'm trying to build up my gold reserves for my next character, because this character I was running low on my gold reserves quite a bit, more often than I would like. I mean, for the longest time, my potions and food items were woefully out of date. So to be able to have the funds for my next character, to be able to keep my potions and food up to date, to start off with larger bags so that I'm not running out of inventory space more than I should.
I don't have a target.
Now, some purists would be like, well, you shouldn't have the high level bags until your character is high enough level. I prefer to have as much inventory space as possible before I start doing dungeon runs and general questing in order to level up my character. Plus, I honestly do not recall what my
I'm out of range.
professions on my next character were set up to be. Because right now, what I'm doing is, before I start any new characters, is I'm trying to level up the existing characters
too
that I
far away.
already have. One reason why I started with the Alliance characters is because the first few characters that I started playing were Alliance characters. That's why I'm leveling up my Alliance characters first. It's not that I have a preference one way or the other. And each faction has its own positives and negatives. Chiefly among them being both the positives and the negatives being the attitude of not only the people who play that particular faction, but also the people who play the opposite faction. The positive of playing an Alliance character over a Horde character is that the Alliance players are relatively friendly, and really don't, for the most part, the vast majority of Alliance players just don't give in to the whole faction war.
I need to get closer.
However, Alliance players do tend to be more on the younger side, and so have more of a, I want to say, juvenile sense of humor. And a lot of them, are playing the game a lot of the younger players are playing the game unsupervised, and that's where you get a lot of the cursing and general foul language and more X-rated content in chat
I'm out of range.
than you would normally get. Whereas the majority of Horde players are more adult, so you don't have to worry about the juvenile antics in chat. But at the same time, more Horde players than not are so against the idea of playing Alliance characters that they will sometimes become militant in their bad-mouthing your choice of faction. I actually had somebody in a comment on one of my YouTube videos of me playing World of Warcraft.
I need a target.
Actually say, "Oh, you're playing Alliance? Ew." And it's like, hey, excuse me, but I'm only playing these alliance characters because they were the first ones on the list when I took up this this self-imposed quest of making sure that all my characters were at max level. I have no animosity towards any particular faction. It's just the way things went. I have Horde characters. I've played Horde characters.
It's too far away.
I especially started playing Horde characters. And also, when I started playing WoW, all my friends were playing Alliance. That's why I play Alliance. But, and that's why the majority of my characters are Alliance. But I especially started playing Horde characters around the time that Goblins and Worgen became playable races. And, you know, I made a few, as well as I think I might actually, I don't know if they're still around or if I deleted them, but I know I've played Horde side Pandarans before. Because Pandarans can be Alliance or Horde. I picked up playing more Horde characters around the time of the whole Orange County Choppers thing where they partnered with the guys from the TV show American Chopper and created a little mini web series called Azeroth Choppers, where they
I'm out of range.
where the guys from Orange County Choppers split into two teams, and one team built a motorcycle for the Alliance, and one team built a motorcycle for the Horde, and then all the fans got to vote on which faction got the motorcycle for their motorcycle for free. Horde won, because the majority of players are Horde players. Again, nothing against it. It's just statistical fact. The majority of World of Warcraft players play Horde. That's why when it comes to playing in Battlegrounds on the Alliance side, sometimes you wait a while
I need to get
to be able to play a Battleground, because there just aren't enough players interested in playing Battlegrounds on the Alliance side. And then the majority of people who are playing Battlegrounds on the Alliance side don't know what they're doing, don't know how to coordinate their efforts, don't know how to support other players. 9 times out of 10 don't know how to play their class, and so especially when it comes to Battlegrounds, they may know how to play their class in PvE, but PvP they just are clueless. A good example, my cousin started playing World of Warcraft. He played his first character after he power leveled a couple of characters, and he still power leveled a bunch too, and that's where you, quite against terms of service, pay someone else to play your account and get your character leveled up. Ooh, silken treasure chest. It is against terms of service. It is not recommended, because that's how people end up getting their accounts stolen. But so he had this max level Death Knight, and I was playing. I think max level at the time was level 80, and I was playing my level 68 rogue, and my cousin, thinking, oh, my max level Death Knight is, he's awesome, he's super powerful. He challenged me to a duel. I'm like, okay, I'm going to kick your butt. And he's like, yeah, right. I'm almost 20 levels higher than you. There's no way you're gonna beat me. And I was like, okay. I knew how to play the rogue because my first WoW character was a Night Elf rogue. I knew how to play the rogue class like nothing else. I knew the spell rotation for a Night Elf rogue. I knew how to take advantage of the abilities that my character had to just really pound my cousin. I was hitting him with massive amounts of poisons and preventing him from casting his spells and just trouncing him like there was no tomorrow. And he just refused to believe that my character, being nearly 20 levels lower than his, could beat him. And I tried to explain to him, look, it's not that my character is weaker than your character because your character is wearing plate armor and my character can only wear leather armor. It's not about, your character is carrying a great sword, whereas my character is carrying a short sword and a dagger. It's spell rotation, man. It's, knowing your abilities. It's min-maxing. At the time, I was very much heavy into using spreadsheets to min-max my characters for maximum damage, or for maximum DPS, damage per second. And my cousin was like, what's DPS? I'm like, wow. Anyway, we've got an ad break incoming, so I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break. When I come back from break, we are going to have a quick word from sponsor, and then we're going to keep going. So, back in 5 minutes. Don't go nowhere. Just making sure I check every single room, because you never know. Alright. Let's do that. I want to go to Grizzly Hills. So, Amber Pine Lodge. And my favorite thing in the world to do. No big deal. No big deal at all, because I can just leave this area. Motherfucker! let's go in here. We can sell the junk that I can't use. Access the lighthouse slash observation tower is by ouch, is by going up to the up through the pillar section. Nice. Okay. So I'm just looking around, searching for hidden doors. Go.
A ramp descends into the warehouse's lowest depths. Surprisingly, the ramp is spotless and dust-free. This makes you feel uneasy. This must be the kobolds' Ersatz shrine to Kyber.
Travel route is confirmed.
Where I'm heading. There's usually an Imperial medical droid nearby the taxi flight point in some of these forward operating bases. There's another.
Work complete.
Yes. Okay. Let's show up and have Will Wheaton not discuss that scene, which is a huge scene and says so much for the future of. All right, we are back from break. Quick word from sponsor before we keep going. Today's sponsor is, of course, Dubby Energy. Dubby Energy is a great powdered energy drink. Absolutely love it. Cannot stream without it. Lots of vitamins, minerals, nootropics organically derived from coffee berries. No artificial dyes or colors. No artificial fillers. No sugar, which is great for a diabetic. Lots of really cool flavors. Galaxy Grenade, Dragonade, Dub Sludge. This is Japanese soda, and this tastes just like Ramen, but not carbonated. Which, by the way, if you put it in some sparkling water, you have Ramen. Absolutely love it. 30 servings per tub. Which comes out to like less than $1.50 per serving, which is far less than your average canned energy drink, especially considering one serving makes this entire 25 milliliter 25 ounce bottle amazing. I mean, you cannot get this much commercially available canned energy drink for less than $4 or $5. If you want to try some for yourself, but you just head over to w.gg, use promo code MACRO1, that's MACRO1 at checkout, save 10% on your order, and help support the channel. And if you don't want to commit to a full tub right away, they do have several starter options. They've got starter sets that come with a multiple single serve packets of different flavors. They even have a starter set that comes with a shaker cup. So, like I said, w.gg, promo code macro1 at checkout, save 10% on your order, help support the channel, and get yourself an awesome energy drink that, in my personal opinion, cannot be beat for the price, the flavor, or the effects. Oh, delicious. All right, back to the game. All right, so we've done Atal Hakar, so let's go and do Oldemon.
Good day to you.
Dustwind
Have a good
Dig. That's where we were going. Dustwind Dig. Honestly, I really wish there was an add-on, a map add-on that would show you like all the dungeons, because they've changed things around so much that the Atlas books that are available are completely out of date as far as where the entrance to the dungeon is, as far as the actual map of the dungeon itself. I mean, the Atlas I have for Burning Crusade is so out of date that some of the dungeons listed, dungeon entrance locations listed in it, don't even exist anymore. Another great example, the Atlas that is available for Vanilla WoW, for Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor, at least the last one that I saw published, has Scarlet Monastery as 4 separate dungeons, whereas as of Mists of Pandaria, they combined those 4 separate dungeons in Scarlet Monastery into 2. So, yeah, I just wish there was an add-on that could be used, or that could be put out there, that would show you the locations of all the dungeons, so that I don't have to piecemeal hunt and peck looking for dungeons to go through in order to do my gold farming, because running dungeons is the perfect way to do some gold farming. You pick up a good deal of gold in the dungeon itself, and then the non-soulbound items and non-junk items can be sold on the auction house, and occasionally you could get pretty decent amounts of gold from the items you sell in the auction house. So if any of you World of Warcraft add-on developers out there are watching, and you have a add-on that does what I'm looking for, basically giving me in the in-game map the exact locations of all the dungeons, I would super appreciate it, and letting me know so that I could download it. And if you as a add-on developer happen to have this add-on that I'm looking for, I might even consider supporting you by making a donation so that you could continue to develop that add-on, because that's the only downside to World of Warcraft add-ons. Is a lot of times the people that develop them are doing so on their own time, and so they don't have like big development teams working on that stuff, and you end up with add-ons that just lose support. Alderman here does have quite a bit of an extensive map to find your way to the dungeon entrance. I'm not going to do any of the extra stuff. I'm just going to go right for the dungeon entrance as much as I can. Also, this dungeon is quite expansive. I am going to use the mini map here. Let's get rid of that.
Welcome. Watch your
Just
back.
because it'll be useful
Off with you.
in
Great to meet
navigating.
you. Off with you. See you soon.
Let's go ahead on this side first.
It's too far away.
And let's go around this side. Let's go around the other side. And
I'm out of range.
go through this little spot.
I need a tunnel.
There we go. I'm not even sure if this dungeon has a heroic version. I might have to look into that. Alright, let's clear the room first. Then this one you used to have to go through a whole quest chain just to get that staff. Now it just automatically shows up. Indoors open.
Steal the secrets of the makers.
I need to get closer.
Quest complete.
I don't think there's anything of importance or interest inside this room. But I am going to stash my character in this tent for right now because we have another ad break incoming. So, gonna take a quick 5-minute break to run some ads. When I come back, we're gonna keep going. Back in 5 minutes. Don't go nowhere. Yeah, let's go in here. We can sell the junk that I can't use. Show up and have Will Wheaton not discuss that scene, which is a huge scene and says so much for the future of the franchise. You know, where it goes from here. It's just astounding. Let's see. Nope, can't go that way. There we go.
A ramp descends into the warehouse's lowest depths. Surprisingly, the ramp is spotless and dust-free. This makes you feel uneasy. This must be the kobolds' Ersad shrine to Kyber.
Lookout tower slash lighthouse. Just a temporary marker. Alright. Take a quick nap.
Assume a more recognizable form.
Yes. The Earth Warder, too, had a visage. So these humans know you?
Indeed, I have no doubt they will welcome me with open arms.
Gotta get comfy because my arm is.
Speak your mind.
And I'm dead again. You know what? Let's.
Travel route is confirmed.
Where I'm heading. There's usually an Imperial medical droid nearby the taxi flight point in some of these forward operating bases. I don't want crew skills. Okay, N.
Looks like a simple...
Don't make me go against my teachings.
Don't care.
Easy.
No big deal. No big deal at all because I can just leave this area. Alrighty, folks, let's get back into the dungeon here. Alright. Like I said, there are multiple paths that I could take. This is, again, another great dungeon if you're looking to up your skinning levels. It's also a great dungeon if you're looking for a good source of leather without having to search all over the map for it. Okay, I think that's all of them. Okay, let's head this way. Now, there isn't technically no right or wrong way to do this dungeon. It's just, you know, personal preference which direction you want to go in first. And that would be the back entrance. Yeah, let's keep going this way.
I don't have a target.
I'll go back around later. Like I said, great place to level up your skinning if you haven't yet already leveled up your skinning to max level. Or if you have your skinning at max level and you're looking to level up your leather working. that's all of them.
I need a target.
My sword is on speed. Slay them.
There we go.
It's too far away. I need to get closer. I'm out of range.
All right.
Gridlock King!
Perfect. Okay. Now, like I said, there are multiple paths to take. I am going to go back down this way, the way I came, and come up to where I need to be from a different direction. Making sure to clear this place out.
Well met.
Nope.
Have a good one.
I don't do enchanting. It's kind of a weird place to find an enchanting instructor, but meh. And unfortunately, that large mithril bound chest is locked, and I don't have any keys. I really should start making sure that all of my characters carry a stack of silver or gold keys. Sorry. Should probably take a drink real quick here. go.
Quest complete.
Alright, let's go this way. Pretty sure I've already gone through this section of tunnel. Yeah. So we can come back through here. Use Divine Steed to speed through the area.
I don't have a target.
Perfect. If I had mining, I'd be able to loot those guys twice. As it is, I don't have mining.
Who dares awaken Arcadus? Who dares the wrath of the Makers?
Hi there. Alright, now let's first grab the ancient treasure. And we start this. And we come over here, we talk to this guy.
Quest complete.
There we go. Let's go ahead and... Oh, I totally screwed that up. Well, just gives me a reason to come back. I'll just have to come back another time. Just using my divine steed to get through here quickly and get back to the front entrance where all the quest givers just happen to be sitting. Oh, nice. Buyer's been found for my auction of Raven Crest Breastplate of the Harmonious. Occasionally respawns do occur inside dungeons. Not very often, but it does occasionally occur.
What's happening? Safe travels.
What's on your mind? Be good.
What can I do for ya? Safe travels. Watch your back. Safe travels.
Alright, let's take a look. Let's Hearthstone back to Stormwind real quick. Take a look at our bounty of goodies. See what can be kept, what needs to be tossed. Don't let the arrow fool you. Not all items that claim to be upgrades are actually upgrades. They just have a higher item level than what you currently have equipped. So we're just gonna get everything rearranged here. Make sure everything that is sellable at the auction house is in either bag 2 excuse me, either bag 2 or bag 3. Not sure if I want to keep the deep rock salt. I do want to keep the most of the leather. The one upgrade, quality of life upgrade that they did put in that I appreciate is moving your profession tools into the profession tabs rather than having to keep them in your inventory and thus taking up precious inventory space. Normally I would be doing my fancy calculations for these, but I'm just posting everything as is for expediency's sake. And I mean, if any of these items sell at the prices that I'm listing them at, I would be ecstatic. Because that would be a lot of gold that I would have made. But as it stands right now, it's faster to just let the auction add-ons determine prices for me. I do wish that I do wish that they would bring back first aid as a secondary profession instead of having it rolled halfway into alchemy and halfway into tailoring. I just want to be able to make, no matter what my main professions are, I just want to be able to make my own bandages and my own anti-venoms.
King's honor, friend. Be careful.
Alright, let's take a quick look here. Nice. Do I have the ability to make more heavy leather? No. Alright, let's just make 3 of these. Okay. Just need to double check something real quick. I think we're gonna call it a day here. But yeah, let's check how much gold I've made. nothing in the nothing in the mailbox. Let's check the auction house, see where my already posted auctions are sitting. Okay, not great, but not bad either. Alright. But yeah. I did not get a whole lot of sleep last night, so I'm going to call it a day here. I want to thank y'all for joining me. You've been awesome. I will be back on tomorrow, 6 a.m. Pacific time, playing some World of Warcraft Cataclysm Classic, continuing to level my Death Knight, and also maybe do a little gold farming. So until tomorrow at 6 a.m. Pacific time, peace out. Stay frosty. Have a great day, and stick around for the raid.
And this is how the story ends. I've read between the lines. Your pages are a mystery. Your words are undefined. You buried all your secrets there for one of us to find.